Welcome back everybody. So this is gonna be a quick update video for you guys on DJT Trump Media and Technology Group. So before we get started, please smash that like button and we need 100 plus likes on this video and that would be greatly appreciated guys. Now if you're new here, consider subscribing, and if you want to get my daily trade ideas, swing trade ideas, live trading and all kinds of setups, and you're really serious about trading, then check out my link down below in the description for Patreon. And now let's get right into DJT. So another down day, down over 2%. And what's happening? There is a question out there that Trump may have just killed DJT. And the reason why, because he's back on X, formerly known as X. Now, yes, Trump is back on X. Is that actually a bad catalyst? Well, maybe for, I would say investors that are always panicking. For them, maybe that is a bad news, getting out, taking a loss, or not buying it. But I think Trump actually made the right choice because election is almost here. This man needs to actually reach out to more people. And the only way he can do that, going on X and joining Elon Musk. And this is exactly what he did. So, if he got some follower on Truth and now he's got a bigger audience on X, it's totally fine. Nothing wrong with that. Now I see these comments and, people are panicking. Not only here, guys. I made maybe about 5 to 8 videos on this massive, downtrend consolidation right here on DJT. And nobody wanted a piece of DJT. And then when things go back up, like, oh, you said it before, it was gonna go up. Can I buy it right here? No, you can't. You did not hold, you panicked, and now you're trying to buy it, right? You can't do that. So in my view, I think this is still a huge opportunity. It all depends. Do you have the guts, the patience to hold this stock at least up until election and maybe even after election? Because if this man going back into that office, this is going to be a rocket that, it's going to explode. And you don't want to miss on this rally. Now, yes, there are negative comments. People will say, well, I think after election it's going down to $5, this and that. This stock here, after I did so many videos and analysis since the day one this stock came out in the market, already have returned so much money in return for the investors. And now we're just holding long term. If the thing is going back up, Trump goes right back into the office. I mean, this could be a big company, right? Anything is possible. Just because he's back on X and, he just making things better for people so people can see what this man has to say. He can reach more audience. I think that is a positive catalyst, especially when you think about Trump can go back into that office again and he can win the White House again. Now, if you think that is a bad catalyst, well, I mean, it's totally up to you, but let me know. And I think due to that, we're seeing a bit of a selling here and not any continuation to the upside. And you can see, I mean, since this bearish engulfing candle, things are just going down here on DJT. And there is no signs of any big move to the upside. Now, one thing I want to point out, we're actually inside this bullish falling wedge. I don't know when we're going to see that breakout. We might need some catalyst. And if that happens, you can see we actually cracked under 25. And since then, this thing went back up to 25. Rejection came back. And there is some unfinished business down here around 1738, this gap. So who knows? We might be coming back down to this gap. There is a possibility for that. Now, before that, we get that breakout over 25. This thing can move easily up to $28 or 28.88, and over that level, even in the short term, we can see a move up to this gap 32.44, and the 50-day moving average also sitting at 32. Now, before we actually had a nice bull trend right here. It was trending up, and now we're trending down. We do not have a bull trend. So not only the catalyst, even the stock, the technical analysis also saying that we're not in a bull market right now on DJT. So this thing is not actually in a bull market. So we have to wait for that breakout. You got to have patience, and especially exactly what happened before and how many times that actually happened. Many times, not only on this consolidation, even before that we saw massive spike back up to the upside. and people sold for loss, and then this thing went back up to highs like these, like 56 to 80 bucks almost, and then a lot of people chased it at 50, 60, and now they're crying because they bought high. This is something I'm always against. If the move is already made, do not go and chase the stock. It could be any stock, it could be Microsoft, Apple. Don't chase it. If things are pulling back, don't get scared. That is the time to buy the dip and hold longer. In this case, definitely longer, because this is actually not something you can just go in and get out next day. Even if you're shorting, and shorting means like buying puts here on DJT, pays like crap. So buying puts never pays really good here on DJT. It's actually worth nothing, wasting money. Now, shorting shares, yes, if you can short it, it can pay. But would I be shorting here? Absolutely not, So this is actually a really buying opportunity on DJT. And as things actually get closer to this gap, if that happens, that's going to be even a better opportunity to go long here on the stock. So I think the catalyst, Trump joining back on X and pretty much joining Elon Musk. And how many followers this guy actually has, Elon Musk, right? He has more followers than Trump himself. This guy, he's a big shot out there, and if he's actually endorsing Trump, that is a big thing, right? So it's all positive. But when you see stock is down and you just think like, oh, this is gonna crash and I don't want a piece of it, or I'm just gonna sell, take a loss. Trust me when I say this. People buy big names, and I see they go down. Stuff like Nvidia buying at 130. And actually, I'm going to give you guys a good example. And this is an example. I'm not comparing Nvidia with DJT. These things are like night and day different, right? So I have a guy as a Patreon member, and this, I don't even know if that's a guy or girl, to be honest. Texted me about a few days ago talking about Nvidia bought at 130, and they're down quite a bit because Nvidia came down under 100. And I said, just hold it. You bought a big name. There's nothing to worry. These are paper losses. It's going to come right back up. So whenever you buy shares, what happened, now recently, Nvidia almost trading near 130, right? So all the money back on table, and imagine selling at the lows, and then now you're seeing Nvidia up at 126, 130 almost today. So even here on DJT, I have seen so many people selling when this thing was not going up, maybe just getting out at break even, held for 2-3 months, and then they saw a massive move to the upside. Now I want it. I want to go back in. That's just not how stock market works. You gotta have patience, and people with patience, they always win here on stock market. And if you don't have it, don't trade it, guys. Now, so DJT going into next few days, watch out. There will be support around 21 bucks, lower Bollinger Band, and underneath that, and bottom of this, bullish falling wedge, underneath 21, this gap down here, that's gonna be 17.38. Now, as long as you can get over 25, we could see a move up to 28.88 and possibly up to 32 to close this gap. And that is a huge amount of money, even in the short term, if we get that breakout from this bullish falling wedge right here on DJT. And this thing gets up to close this gap at 32.44 and retesting 50-day moving average. That is going to be a decent amount of money. Anybody that is buying and going long, and I'm talking about new money long right here on DJT. So I just have to say this, guys. A lot of you guys are asking and talking about what I think. I think that is all positive, and Trump is doing the right thing by joining back on X as well, because he needs to get that message out there for people to actually come and vote on that election day, because otherwise we're not gonna have a country. Because now guess what, who's running? It's not Biden anymore. And trust me when I say this, I would actually, if I have a choice in between Kamala and Biden, 500% of the time I would vote for Biden than Kamala. This is how bad it is. So Trump has to win this election, and if he doesn't win the election, it's going to be really bad for United States of America, and we're going to find really hard ways to live here in this country, because I mean, we don't even know what we're dealing with right now. This lady, I mean, that's just insane. I don't want to go too far, but let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section, guys. I mean, what do you guys think? I'd rather go and have Biden, if that's a choice I have, run this country than Kamala running it. I mean, they're just crazy, crazy things happening. I mean, it's just like anybody can come in and run this country. You don't need. I mean, I don't want to go too far. Let's just finish this video right here, guys. I would love to see some comments from you guys here on this video about this situation that we're actually having an election in between Trump and now Biden is out and we got Kamala and nobody else actually, we have so many good people, that can actually replace her from that party, but they came up with this name, which is just insane. And that's all I have. I'll definitely do another update once there is a catalyst or we see some sort of a pattern where this thing breaks out. We'll definitely keep you guys updated on DJT.